Hey, JulesBlessedVegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So I wanted to talk about how, yes, calories matter, but even more beautifully is the understanding that you don't have to starve in order to lose weight. And I really appreciate that. Somebody saw my pictures and they were like, I hope you're not going to starve yourself and try and get all skinny. You can just be happy and just focus on your health. I have to say that they go hand in hand in this sense. I have met many, many people, especially in recent years, who are totally living in the body that God designed for them. They are lean and strong and thin, okay? Strong being the operative word, absolutely lean and by all accounts thin, but when you talk to them, they're consuming 1,800 to 2,200 calories a day. It's a significant amount of calories. Well, how? How in the world? Well, they're not eating packaged junk, that is for sure, right? They're largely eating fruit and vegetables, maybe healthy nuts and seeds, and definitely plant-based fat in moderation. Like just standard stuff like that, honestly. And because of the calorie density, which is the amount of food per pound that you can get in bang for your buck, greens, which are like all the different plants, right, that we have, and nearly all the vegetables, which by the time your body consumes and actually digests them, exceed, just the process exceeds the amount of calories you started with. Calorie density allows you to have a whole pound of greens, and most people are like, I can't eat all of that salad. Well, you really can't at first. You really can't unless you cut it down and make it small, right, and manageable. And when you do rely a little more on greens and then just supplement the greens with the fun stuff, right? So the actual vegetables you want and those healthy fats that I mentioned, you can get a tremendous amount of food in, but it's not a tremendous amount of calories. So for me right now, I'm kind of hanging out between 1,400 and 1,600 calories. Why do I even care about calories? I mean, aren't you just eating healthy stuff? It's fruit and vegetables. Yeah, but you know what? Excess is excess is excess. And you can stay and even get fat on too much, especially those things like adding those fats, right? Or adding too much dry fruit, which also has a tremendous amount of calories by all accounts, right? So I do have to consider that, because what my process was as a child, I was obsessed with dieting with my sisters. It was a game. They were all older than I was, and we had competitions. And that's when I really started learning about calories and that there's 15 in an apple, but there's only 10 in a grapefruit. And, I started memorizing all my calories. And then as I inevitably didn't have enough food, let's be fair. I mean, some days I'd eat just an apple to try and win whatever the kitty was, whatever the prize was that we were competing for. I would go the other direction and I would binge my fool head off. And I just remember when I did finally just let loose and pack on the pounds, I would be watching like a heavyweight boxing championship or something, and I weighed more than all of the heavyweights, okay? Muhammad Ali had nothing on me, okay? The Rock, yeah, that's a no. And then when I would see how many calories they needed to consume in a day, which was how in the world did they get in 7,500 calories, or 10,000 calories, I was absolutely consuming that in complete packaged junk food, commonly referred to as toys. Like, seriously. I'm not going to mention food because I don't want to provoke anybody, but let's just say a king-size snack was 570 calories, and I could easily eat three. So right there was 1,710 calories. And then like a cold, creamy nonsense, right? Which horrifically, I mean, it cracks me up that they literally go by a half cup, which is 160 calories. But of course, there's 16 cups in there. So that's like 2,500 and something calories. Okay, so right there, I'm at 4,200. And that was just snack. Okay, let alone purchasing drive-through and fried oil, salt, and sugar for the win. Okay, to consume 7,500 to 10,000 calories was nothing for me, and I assure you, I was aware of every calorie, though I chose to continue to consume it. And sometimes you'll hear about people who are terrifically obese, but they are malnourished. And that is not a farce, people. It is not. Because what the body will do is it will automatically crave and seek and beg for food until it meets the minimum requirements, okay, of minerals and vitamins and whatever it needs. And if you never give it, and you may not if you're eating a lot of processed junk, your body will continue to beg and crave. Well, in my situation, certainly in the last, year and a half and pretty much 2 years, I've finally been consuming a tremendous amount of fruit and vegetables and those healthy fats that I mentioned. And because of the amount of fiber, I am satiated. So my compulsion comes mentally, right? When I'm stressed out, when I want comfort food, when I am in a panic and think that food somehow is going to solve it. So rather than eating to live, which of course is completely nourishing our body and doing all that we're called to do, in our society, commercial after commercial tells us we need to live to eat. And that in fact, if we're not participating in eating with people, what are we doing? Like, what are we there for? Like, do you get that? Where people will literally, I can't think of a time where someone didn't say, hey, let's get together. Where do you want to eat? Hi, we're going to have a get together. What do you want to eat? I'd love to see you. Where should we eat? Like, it's every time. Like, people feel naked if they even dare to approach the idea that they could just spend time and converse without food involved. Like, what's your point? Why bother? Like, that is just the mindset, right? And I get the discomfort of that. And luckily, I have the grace to either make sure that I'm going to get the food that I prefer to eat that best serves my health, or that I can have a drink while I sit there. I can have something fancy like sparkling water. Ooh, I know, tempting. Something like that. But honestly, I've been challenging people to please visit and get together. And of course, I mean pre and post COVID. But let's get together without food involved. And there's a vulnerability there, seriously, because a lot of people want to anesthetize themselves, numb themselves down with food because it's just too intimate. I don't know if you can relate to that. So it's an interesting time. But I just wanted to say, I get the calories matter. They absolutely matter. So because I'm letting weight go, I eat between 1,400 and 1,600 calories. Forgive me, 1,400 and 1,600 calories. And again, with that one example that I said, 3 king-size nonsenses for 1,710 calories, I would have far exceeded my calories for the day. So no wonder people will say, well, oh my gosh, you're going to starve to death. Like, what? That's not enough. Those aren't enough calories. Well, if you remember, the standard diet suggests 2,000 calories in a day, okay? And there's a lot of factors that go into that. It's presuming that the people are healthy. It's presuming that their body actually functions in an efficient manner. Like, there's so many things. It's the midline in terms of age. I mean, I'm 54, so by all accounts, I should probably consume a little less calories. But how am I doing it? I'm doing it, like I said, with that calorie density. If I just add a bunch of greens to every meal, which also balances the blood sugar and is so great, because if you heard my other video, I suffered from a lot of stuff. Yes, hyperglycemia. Yes, migraines. Yes, bipolar. Yes, kidney disease. Yes, thyroid. Like all of that. Not kidding you. Every bit. And yeah, I have it documented. Not that I have to answer to you, but all of those things and more. And I have never experienced so much satiation, where again, it's just mental, because I actually have the fiber. I actually have the vitamins and minerals that my body desires. So my body is not craving. It's just old behaviors that I occasionally fall prey to. But largely, I am content all the time. And because I supplement with greens, I often feel like, how am I even going to get this all in? I'm kind of a mono-meal girl. Like, I enjoy all bananas in a meal. Not exceptional. I don't do 18 and 20 and stuff like that, but I might have 5 with some chia, with some, romaine lettuce to make into boats. I'll definitely have a bowl full of oranges, and I mean it. Like seriously, 8 oranges, which is around 500 calories. And again, inevitably, I will add celery or chia or something to balance that. And then I often have, of course, my entire a salad for dinner with lovely everything, whether it's avocado and every vegetable I can find. I also like to dehydrate. I'll make wraps in the dehydrator and wrap things in that. I like to use nori wraps, literally raw nori wraps, and make myself some kind of a sushi, mock sushi, using little cauliflower rice and all the fun, and in a lot of dressings and stuff like that. So I definitely change it up. It is not just all salad. I like to take all of those ingredients, if I can't finish them, and throw them in the blender and create a natural V8. I will definitely take all those ingredients, throw them in the dehydrator, and create a delicious soup. So for me, there's a lot of diversity when people are like, so all you eat are fruit and vegetables? No, I cleverly eat fruit and vegetables in a lot of different forms, and they are fabulous. And I will let my body get to whatever weight God designed, because I have never seen it as an adult, and I would love to see the body He designed rather than the one that I have buried on far too many occasions. So I'm not obsessed in any way. I'm just blessed, and I'm just so happy I found the better way. So, I've been in Overeaters Anonymous forever. I've been a 12-stepper, for all of my adult life, perfectly imperfect. I've faltered many times, but I definitely find balance more than ever in eating non-packaged foods, largely in the form of plant-based vegan. And I do occasionally, of course, have cooked food occasionally. I certainly at times have made some kind of a vegetable soup or something. I just don't feel that it does as well by me. I don't have as much quitting sense when I eat cooked food. I do not consider it a first-class crime. It's just, again, while I focus on just keeping my health and going in that direction, it's best for me to just have fresh fruit and vegetables. All right, my friends, I just wanted to tell you, yes, calories matter, but you can choose your calories. You can do something cheap like 3, king-size somethings, or you can have gallons of salad and some fruit and vegetables and get so much food for your calories that you can't even consume it all in a day. That's where I'm at. Anyway, like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you, especially in prayer. And until we talk again, my friends, know that you're blessed.